This is a Windows Phone 7 game review of Super Monkey Ball, which is available in the marketplace for $4.99 and is an Xbox Live title. So Super Monkey Ball, it actually loads really fast, especially after no do here. And there's basically just one gameplay mode here, the main game. There is also instant play, but those are all the same levels, and also practice mode, which are all the same levels. So it's really just the main game here. And you can choose between the different characters. That doesn't make a difference at all. And then there's those 5 different worlds here. And each world has, I think, 20 individual levels inside it. And beating the whole game, all 5 worlds, will only take about 2 hours. So that's not really much. And honestly, for $4.99, just 2 hours of gameplay isn't much. But this is a game, and it starts out really easy here. This is the first level, and you have to hold your phone at a kind of angle which is not really comfortable for when you're just sitting down. It's almost flat to the ground, but not completely flat. So that angle isn't the best, but it works. And once you get used to the controls, they're actually pretty good. A lot of the complaints on the marketplace are probably from people who downloaded the trial and played it really briefly and never got a chance to actually get used to the controls. The game should be a bit challenging, and it's good where it is. The controls did take me about probably like 20 minutes to actually get used to, but once you're used to them, they work really well. And what's probably the most difficult to get used to is the camera controls, because they're automatically controlled, but sometimes, like when you start to go backwards here, you may not want it to switch, and that kind of throws off your whole balance. But once you actually understand how the controls work and how the camera works, the controls are really fun, and you can do a lot of precision moving throughout some of the levels, which really require precision. And there's plenty of variation in the levels too. Sometimes you have to drop down, sometimes you have to go down some really steep ramps, and sometimes you have to go across narrow paths. So it definitely gets tougher as you go. And we could go ahead and jump into one of the tougher levels here. So you can just go back to the main menu. And also, once you complete the whole stage, like 10 levels there, it'll give you a ranking here. And you can go back and look at your rankings in the main menu. So like here, if we go to the first levels there, it shows your rankings. And some of those levels I did really good on, and others I didn't do as good on. You can open it and it shows your time. You get to enter your name at the very end, so you can keep track of all your times. They also have the Xbox Live leaderboards, which are pretty nice, because that actually gives you a chance to compete with your friends online. They of course have to have this game, which so far no one else has that I'm friends with. But you can compete with your friends for the fastest time, which is always fun. The menu interface can be sometimes confusing to use, but it'll get more familiar as you play it. There's also achievements, so that's nice for selling a little extra. But really, the main gameplay is in the main game. The instant play just jumps you into a random level really quickly, so that's kind of fun to pick up and play. And practice just lets you select any level and practice it. So here we go, we can jump into one of the more difficult levels here. Like these stages. As you can see, the load speeds are really fast. So this level's a lot tougher. And you always have that time limit there, it's always 60 seconds. And if you take too long, it'll start making noises, and you better hurry up. And you want to try to collect all the bananas possible. The music in the game is really good, and each world has its own theme, and it sounds really great. And the sound effects, they're perfect. Especially the sound of the bananas. they're really rewarding, and they work really well in the game. So the music and sounds are really great, and the presentation is pretty good. The 3D world looks really nice. The only thing that is really bad about it is the animated character inside, because as you can see, it's just a 2D figure. It's not even in 3D. So for some reason, that was really bad about the game. The rest of it looks fabulous, and it loads really fast, and it's a great game. So for the price of $4.99, it might not be worth it just because the lasting value is only at about 2 hours. It could be even faster if you're really good and you don't ever have to keep on retrying levels. And so with that little lasting value, the game really does get hurt. But otherwise, the presentation is really good other than this really crappily animated 2D figure here in the center, the monkey. And the gameplay is really fun. The controls, they get a lot better as you actually play the game. So don't count the game off just because you don't like the controls the first time you play it. At first, when I played it, I thought, yeah, these controls are crap. But now, I've learned to love them. And they're just how they should be. So the gameplay is there, the presentation is almost there, the music is really great. It's just the lasting value that really brings this game down. But otherwise, if you're a fan of Super Monkey Ball, it is a really fun game with plenty of challenges that are sure to keep you interested in the game. You can find Super Monkey Ball in the marketplace for $4.99.